everybody. It's Melissa from Life Among the Tulips. Life Among the Tulips is a private publication for the residents of Guilford, Baltimore, made possible by some extraordinary local Maryland businesses. And I'm lucky to be joined by one today. Shayna Hardy from Shayna Hardy Photography is here. Welcome, Shayna.
Hi, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I will start by saying you, I'm sure, all recognize Shayna by the beautiful photos that grace our covers each month. Shayna is our featured family photographer. So she goes out and takes photos and just absolutely gorgeous photos, Shayna. Thanks. It really, really just, we love them. They're wonderful. But if you could talk a little bit, Shayna, about, I know you do a lot of different things when it comes to photography. If you could talk a little bit about what you do and how you got started in business. We'd love that.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, cool. So I am a photographer and located here in Baltimore. My studio is not far from the Guilford neighborhood, located, near Roland Park-ish. So I, in addition to family portraits, my personal mission is that really every woman deserves to be seen. So that can run the gamut from women's personal, boudoir sessions to personal branding because they need to be seen in their business, to family portraits because they want to be, obviously seen amongst their, in their family heritage, really just having those family photos so people can, their kids and their grandkids can see that they existed.
Yeah.
They weren't always just behind the picture, right? So, so really my mission is to just have, and yes, men too, of course, but, my main focus is for women and just letting them know that they need to be seen as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I love that. And how did you get started in business?
So I had a great example. My dad he's retired now, a small business owner. He's a landscape architect. Grew up, I guess, in an entrepreneurial spirited home. And so I had a good example there. I didn't start there though. So I started more in a corporate life and also worked for a nonprofit as well. But it really just started when I had children and I knew that I wanted to have I say flexibility, but I guess I feel like I probably work more now for myself than I did for others. But it's something I've always enjoyed doing. I've always valued photos themselves. So, my dad was actually more of the photographer in our family. But I was the one who was like, at the times when you had to like take them to the drugstore and get them printed and they'd come back in these, sleeves and we'd stuff them into shoe boxes. And then, I was going to the laundry room, like picking up all the photos out of the shoe boxes and putting them into those like not terrible, but like those, old like sticky albums and stuff that you would get, right? So photographs were something always I valued as far as having a photograph. But it wasn't until later that I kind of put the two and two together in regards to like my value and my love for photos and actually learning how to do them myself. So that was I've been in business now for about a little over 8 years.
Oh, that's great. Great. And I have to say something that I always look forward to doing is introducing Shayna to our family of the month or our Meet Your Neighbor, because I know the experience that they're going to get with Shayna. And I hear after the session, I hear from the families who just tell me what an incredible experience it is. So Shayna, can you talk a little bit about how you're different than other photographers?
Sure, absolutely. So as, a busy mom myself, like I love when people can, take as much off my plate as possible. So I really just try to do that for my families and take as much off their plate as possible. So, and to make sure that they, are really taken care of from the beginning and make sure that it's a special experience for them. So we start with a consultation, where I meet them in their home so I can see their style and figure out like, what are we doing something super casual or something more formal, or where are we going to put these photos in your house? So I can kind of really help to think ahead in advance of what we're going to do with them. Like what's the end goal in mind here? And then of course, during the session, I like to, do a mixture of like, I think it's valuable to have everybody looking at camera and having some of those photos, but I also think it's fun to have more interaction and really highlight the different relationships in the family, whether it's like the kids together or mom with kids, dad with the kids, or each of the personalities of the kids coming out, so having some fun candids. And then I sit down with them afterwards and help them go through their photos during their ordering appointment and figure out which ones do they love, what do they want to do with them, and really help design something that's specific for a space in their home, whether it be something on their wall, or maybe they don't want to put something on the wall, maybe they want to have an album, so it's helpful as a guide, be able to help them through that versus just like, here's all your photos, good luck.
Yeah.
I know, like, as a photographer, like, I know it's like I've got so many options in my mind, and sometimes too many options and I don't even know what to do with them myself. So it's helpful when somebody goes through. And then, if they do decide they do want something for hung on their walls, we'll actually come back and hang them on the walls. So again, they don't have to worry about that part. We'll do it just as we designed it.
Oh yeah, I know. One of our Guilford residents had actually texted me during an installation process.
Okay.
They were so excited to be getting the pictures up on the walls, and yeah, no, it was great. The Baileys. So, tell me, obviously, I know that things are a little different right now. COVID-19 is especially affecting photographers who are, under stay-at-home orders right now. Can you tell me what you're doing for your clients, with your clients right now?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So a couple things. I am still booking sessions for the future. So some people are just excited to have something to look forward to on their calendar. So just this morning, I actually talked to 2 different clients. We put some dates on the calendar for the summer. So that is still happening. And just recently, I also did a fundraiser for a couple of organizations that I have worked with specifically. So Baltimore Child Abuse Center, I've worked with for a number of years. And a new organization that was new to me, had learned about, is Baltimore Hunger Project. They were mostly working on the weekends to provide meals and food for families, when the kids weren't in school during the weekdays. But now because of schools being out, they had to ramp up significantly to help fill that gap for when kids are not in school. So they definitely needed some extra support. So we ran that for several weeks and raised several $1,000s. So I'm excited to be able to present that to them soon. And that was just, people were donating and I was offering sessions in exchange for that donation. So yeah, and I do have a women's only, sorry guys, private Facebook group as well, where we really just have a lot of interaction there. I bring in guest speakers and do some fun things in there, as well as special promotions and contests and things like that. So that's also kind of a fun space that I'm providing some extra content and some extra, just a fun place, positive place
Yeah.
on the corner of our internet for, the women who I'm working with as well.
Yeah, I love that. And I loved when I saw that you were doing that, the fundraiser, because I just think so amazing right now to be in a place where you're, there's a lot of uncertainty, but right now you're choosing to give back and be positive and put some light into the world. And I think that that's really amazing. And it just speaks to the type of person you are and why I enjoy working with you.
Oh, thank you.
Sure. Okay, so now we get to the fun part, the personal stuff. Just want to hear a little bit about you, Shayna. So where'd you grow up?
So I'm a Midwest girl. I grew up in Indiana, and we moved here about 7 years ago. So I would say, both my parents are from the East Coast, so I guess I was always meant to be on the East Coast here.
Okay, there you go. Oh, good. And who are you quarantined with right now?
So there's a furry object behind me. So one of them is my dog, who's like never far from, maybe 2 feet, maybe at most, from me at all times. And then I have my 2 boys who are 9 and 11.
Great. Okay. And so tell me, right now, are you binging anything specific?
Yes, I've been watching Whole Dark. It's on Netflix, and then the latest season 5, is like on PBS stations. I had to, of course, subscribe to that. So I think I probably subscribed to all those channels at this point. But it's kind of fun. It's like a mixture of romance and adventure, and it's like British, which I always like too. So
that's great. Oh, good. That's a new one. I haven't heard that one, so I'll have to check that one out.
It's 5 seasons of it, so it's good.
Wow. Okay, good. And how about your favorite food?
Well, since yesterday was Cinco de Mayo and Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
So anything tacos related, anything margaritas related, and really pretty much anything with sugar in it. I got a bad sweet tooth, so
Good. Me too. I'm with you. I'm with you. Oh, good. Oh, well, this was awesome. Shayna, I just want to thank you for stopping by, or
Yeah.
stopping in to
Usual.
chat a little bit. Right? It's always so fun to get to spend some time with my business partners and to even learn more about them. Shayna, why don't you give everybody the website information and the Facebook group information if you want to share that as well?
Yeah. Actually, absolutely. So my website's pretty easy. It's shaynahardy.com, and you can find all the things there. If you would like to join my women's only group, so if there's any ladies watching, I'd love to have you in there. You can look on Facebook for SHP empowerment. If you just search for that, you'll find it. It's also will be linked on my website as well too. So hope to find you there, and also my Facebook page if you find it there too. So.
Oh, awesome. Oh, good. Well, Shayna, thanks a lot. I really enjoyed this time. And, I hope that you are staying well, being safe. We're looking forward to when you can start taking those cover photos again and meeting more of our wonderful families. But until then, stay safe and be well. And everybody else, the same.
Yeah, thank you. You as well. Thanks.
All right.
Bye, Melissa.
Bye-bye. Take care.